mortal fools to the most terrifying, spectacular show on Earth. Fasten your seatbelts and hold on tight and take a ride with the Dark Carousel podcast. Welcome, mortals! Let's fucking ride! On the DCP!
Readiness. Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Dark Carousel podcast, where you guys get to have haunt life 365 days out of the year.
I think you should have shaved.
Huh?
I think you should have shaved.
I'm not shaving, my guy.
I think you should. You shaved the head. The head, like you said, the hair looked good.
Yeah, but
I think you should go and just shave the face.
I like my beard. My beard's nice. Anyways, welcome to the Dark Carousel podcast. Guys, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, where we thank a lot of people. So thank you.
For any of you fuckers out there that really love us, feel free to donate a new mic boom, because this thing is fucking getting on my nerves. Every show I got to play with this damn thing. It's just getting wore out.
We just need new ones, dude.
Oh, no. That's what I'm saying. So, Dark Carousel.
Oh, hey, guys. So, yeah, welcome to the newest episode of the Dark Carousel podcast, where we get to talk to the lovely owner of DreadWorks FX, Mason Lauster. Really excited. If you guys don't know who he is,
Get on your thing and look it up.
yeah, look it up. I mean, with every stroke, every shadow, he just makes a filthy texture with his lovely airbrush paint. Guys, his stuff is so fucking cool. I've never personally used it, but I've definitely seen it on like other people's stuff. And the style of what he portrays and how he gets to it. The colors look fucking great. The glows are amazing. I know let me be honest with you. I don't do a lot of research for this reason, because I like everything to be raw as much as possible.
I like to be a surprise.
It always is a surprise. But I know that the companies that he works for and what the makeup actually looks on the actual actors and actresses looks fucking amazing. Like it's damn near like fucking pro-air, dude.
You're like, almost, it's flawless.
It is flawless, and dude, the colors just look so fucking good. But what makes them so good? And we're gonna find out from Mason here in about 1 minute. And a big old shout out to Frankenfuel. Thank you, Mike, for always giving us the opportunity to shout your name out on our show. Always going to be a huge supporter of you. Guys, if you guys don't have any Frankenfuel, go to frankenfuel.com/DCP to get 15% off your next purchase.
Even if you don't give us permission, we're still going to do it because we're creepers.
Yeah, because we stalk you. We're like peeping toms. Super fucking pumped about everything. So, again, thank you, Mike. And thank you, everybody, for giving us the support and always just fucking being a haunter. And the fact that all the people that has been on our show this year, it's a big old thank you. Not because it's, Thanksgiving almost, but no, seriously, thank you. Like, this year has been absolutely fucking wild. It has changed my perspective. I don't know about Steve, but I know it's changed my perspective on a lot of things, on how we do things now. And the growth is wild. And it feels so, honestly, just unbelievable, because the shit that we've done this year have been, oh God, dude, it's the publicity. That's probably the biggest thing that's been happening this year. And like people reaching out to us to be on our show. That's the coolest thing.
Let's get up to 2 million followers.
One of these days. And I'm just super grateful about that, because
You're going to get a lot of like Tourette's answers from me today.
Go for it.
Check it out.
And there's the man, the
And
myth,
there
the
he
legend.
is.
There's Mason.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, man? How you doing, buddy?
Not too shabby.
Hell yeah. Kind of scared me for a second, because I was looking over here at a different screen, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit, he's on here. Cool. Well, fuck yeah, man. Well, dude, I appreciate you wanting to hop on and Really
Yeah,
excited to learn a little bit more about like your company and stuff. I was telling like before you hopped on, I don't do a lot of research for the reason I like everything to be as raw as it can be.
for
So
sure.
I just like what is it?
Quick glancing.
Yeah, I just glance.
Just glance over the
Little
site.
glance and stuff. But I know of your company and I've seen
Yeah,
your company. I've never personally used your company before, but I've noticed like on your guys' website and on your page, like your guys' colors are just super poppy. Really
thank you.
pops. And then I also heard that, there's like ways of, keeping your makeup on when you're running for your life without sweating it off. So I would definitely
Right.
want to learn about that. But I will introduce ourselves. My name is Arthur. You've been talking to me on Instagram. So hello. And then right next to me is Steve, and he's the other lovely man of the man. I can't even talk today.
Yeah.
It's fucking one
It
of
happens.
those days, dude. It was a long day. But yeah,
Yeah.
we're the Dark Carousel podcast, man, where we sit down and talk to these lovely people called haunters all across the country and give them the opportunity to tell their story because it means a lot to us, and I know everybody wants to hear it too because it means a lot to them.
And you're
sure.
next.
And you're our next victim.
Awesome.
This is fucking awesome. So we'll start this interview off, and I'll try not to fucking stutter anymore. All right, but for those that don't know who you are, tell us who you are and what got you into this lovely world of haunting.
Yeah, so my name is Mason Lauster. I'm the owner of DreadWorks FX Makeup. We're going into we just finished our third year, I guess you could technically say, since the season's over now. So going into the fourth year of the company. Still learning, still trying to get in the swing of things as far as how the seasons go and whatnot. But a lot of support behind it, a lot of friends in the industry, and just in the past 3 years, the company has grown like crazy. So really appreciate all the support that a lot of people put behind it.
Awesome.
As far as the industry goes, I've been, 2008
Wow.
was when I started. So what is that? 17, 8, I don't know, something along those lines.
Yeah.
But anyways, I mean, growing up, I like to attribute it to my great grandma.
Hmm.
So when I was little, she used to, keep me while my parents were at work and whatnot during the summers and after school and whatnot. And I always used to watch Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark every
Yes.
single day at her house. So from a young age, I was kind of thrown into
Just locked
enjoying,
in.
yeah, just enjoying all the scary stuff. And then 2008, one of my dad's best friends and his daughter saw an ad in the newspaper for local haunted house here in my town, and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna go audition for this haunted house. Do you want to come?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's go,"
Yeah.
And so yeah, we did that, and been doing it ever since. So
Man. Yeah, and dude, I was the same way when I was younger, but like either it was Goosebumps, Afraid of the Dark, or what was that one movie? Fuck, I don't know. But anyways, it was always the fascination of, I don't know if it was the scariness, the horror, or the vibes of fall, but it always put
yeah,
so much more, I don't know, happiness into my life
for sure.
because it was like more time to, wear costumes and, start in September, mom and dad are putting the Halloween decorations all through the house, and I'm feeling, I don't know, I miss those days. Those days, I miss the sounds, the smells, and stuff. Everything
Absolutely,
just seemed right at that
I
time.
agree.
And then the haunted houses fucking terrified me.
Yeah, yeah,
I didn't want to go through them. I wanted nothing to do with them. And here I am, 33 now, and I cannot get enough of them. I ask for Halloween shit for Christmas now because I am a huge child, and I can't get
absolutely.
enough of it. I know, like my old lady, she's like, well, "What do you want for Christmas?" Nothing but haunt shit. That's all I want. Anything haunt related, I want it. I don't care what it is. I will be happy. Now, so when you start working at a haunted house, what haunted house was that?
So the haunt that I worked at, I actually worked there for 12 years. It was Fear Fair in Seymour, Indiana.
Okay.
And no, it's no longer around. That's a long story in itself, sad story. But yeah, that was where I spent the first 12 years.
Man. So what was your first initial feeling of just stepping into the haunt world as an actor for the first time?
I mean, it was cool because back then it was still very much DIY as far as like the costumes and the
Yeah.
makeup and everything goes. So it was, um, you know, I always liked dressing up, and the thought of scaring people was always something that I enjoyed. So when we started, I mean, I had my own mask, I had my own costume, and they were like, "Hey, your costume fits perfect in this area." So they threw me in an area, and I spent that whole season in the same area.
Exactly.
Um,
Yeah, dude. Then
and
those
it was just cool, just getting and just trying out new things every weekend, new angles, new ways to scare people in
you
that
start
area.
discovering a like an algorithm in a way when you don't
Yeah.
even realize you're discovering this thing, and these certain scares are starting to have labels like pop
Hmm.
scares or silent scares, or there's so many different. Well, that all depends on like how long you actually do it for and stuff.
Right.
And you start discovering like a crutch or anything. I just this haunting itself is just like one of those things where you have to do it to understand it,
Oh, for sure. For sure.
and like and you don't have to do it for a certain amount of time. You just gotta you just gotta put yourself out there and put that mask on and just really go for it. Now, like when you think back to your childhood, like what were the earliest signs of you ending up creating these monsters?
I mean, that's a really good question. And it's probably I have an answer for you that's probably kind of a different answer,
Okay.
but it's something that my parents bring up all the time. When I was in elementary school, especially like third, fourth grade, I liked to write stories.
Okay.
And I still have some of my old journals from back then. And I like to write, scary stories. There was a few stories that I wrote back then that were kind of scary, and my mom and dad were always like, "I don't know where you get this from."
Hmm.
Like, but going back and reading some of my journals now from when I was in third and fourth grade, I'm like, "Wow, I don't know where I got that either." But being at that age, being able to write, a couple page little story about, um, I don't know, there was one I wrote about some kind of crazy this dude gets on an airplane and gets teleported into like this haunted world or something. I don't
Mm.
know, but I don't know where I got it from,
Probably
but
from like a little
um
nightmare or something. You never know, man.
could
Yeah.
be.
Mm.
But
The Twilight
I mean,
Zone.
that's that's what I would say would probably the first signs of like me really getting to be creative and build worlds and characters and stuff like that.
I love it so much. And I just remember like in my early childhood years, like one he used to terrorize me when I was a child, because he was my next door neighbor,
Oh,
and
nice.
he ended up marrying my sister years later. But anyways, like him and my brother were like best friends back in the day, and terrorized the shit out of me, and I just didn't like anything scary. My
Yeah.
mom forced us to watch these scary movies, either watch, the original Halloween or like Leprechaun or Hellraiser or this something that just should not be in a child's eyes. But you just learn to love it as you grow older because it's like
Says the man that lets his kid watch Michael Myers.
this is why he knows more than me. He loves it, and I love that. I love the nostalgia of just like spookiness, scary, Halloween. Everything about it just makes life so much more simple for me.
Yeah, I
Now,
agree.
what moment did you realize that what you're doing isn't just a hobby?
Um, gosh, that probably didn't start until a few years in working at Fear Fair when I really started just enjoying every aspect of it. Like, I got to spend time in the scene scaring people every weekend for my first season, and started, kind of getting my foot in the door with the people that run the place and the build crew and whatnot. And then I kind of started getting curious about like, what's it look like in the off season? What's build season look like?
Yeah.
So then that's when I started basically when I had free time during summer or in the off season, I would go out there and help build scenes. I'd help paint whatever I could get my hands on to help out with the crew. And that also to me was super important back then because that helped build a relationship with some of the older guys that have been doing that for years and years. Because it was very different when I started. That haunted house was full of older guys and ladies as well. And a lot of haunted houses you go to nowadays, their cast is very largely made up of younger people.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just kind of a shift in the culture or what have you, but back then it was a lot of old guys that have been doing this, from like the early JC's days.
Yeah.
So they were experienced. So I got to build a relationship and learn off of a lot of guys that are very, near and dear to me today still. But that's kind of when I would say, a few years in when I really started getting hands on with the build season. And then a couple years in is whenever, instead of at the beginning of every night going and getting into the Walmart grease paint, and we finally started seeing haunted houses around our area kind of up in their makeup game.
Yeah.
So that's whenever they kind of had a call at the haunt, like, hey, who's interested in this? Who wants to try this out? And I wanted to. So that was kind of the beginning of the whole makeup thing for me back then was just learning and trying to up our game along with the other haunted houses in our regional area.
Yeah, and I remember that because I worked at a haunt in here in Middletown, Ohio, back then called the Chambers of Horror, and we did the grease paint, shitty paint
Oh,
from
yeah.
like Walmart, and I mean, fuck, this was 2007,
Yep.
so like we didn't really have nobody had that just yet, and I remember when we first got our first air compressor, and they're like, well, we're gonna try airbrush, and I'm like, dude, fuck this, this is stupid. I'm so used to, putting white on my face, putting baby powder and doing my other thing and having a good time or just putting on a big mask when I scream, it echoes in the mask. And I don't know, I was very old school, but when I got introduced to, the makeup aspect of it, I didn't get introduced into the makeup aspect of it until about 6 years ago when I started doing,
Oh, wow.
actual airbrush paint. But I was never a makeup artist. I still don't call myself a makeup artist. They just for some reason keep having me come out every year. I don't understand why. Now, like when did you start realizing that, this path that you're going on in the makeup journey, this is who you are as a person, as a human being in this world? What really drove you to continue to do it?
So when we first decided to start upping our game in the makeup room, that was probably 2011. And honestly, even at that beginning point, it was just we would get like the Maron grease wheels, and it was still a lot of grease paint and working with the liquid latex and doing all the old
Wolf
school.
FX.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but then a couple of years after that started is when we started getting into the airbrush thing. And like you, I hated my life the first time I picked up an airbrush, and I was like, I can't do this,
Mhm.
like, um, but I would say when I really, when I really started, because I always had a history of, I always took pictures of every look, every makeup that I did,
Yeah.
just because I felt like that would be important at some point down the road. And I would say it probably wasn't until 2000, I don't know, 14, 15, when I really started to take pictures of stuff that I did and be like, okay, this checks out. Um, and then, I got really serious about the airbrush, and um, that continued on. Um, I became the makeup manager of Fear Fair eventually. And we transitioned everything over to strictly airbrush. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'd say probably in those years, the 2014 and 2015 was when I really started to kind of identify myself as a makeup artist within the industry, I guess you could say.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I think for the 6 years I've been doing it, I think this year was probably my most comfortable, most confident that I've ever had so far as a makeup artist, because I'm in between two amazing makeup artists that just know when to put
Yeah.
their stuff, and how to bring out the highlights and how to show more of the facial features, and just watching them throughout. Like, one of them's my fiance, and the other one, she's always been like a pencil artist, but when she got hold of an airbrush, it was like a whole different
Oh yeah.
fucking ball field. And I seen her create stuff this year, and I'm a person that asks questions, and I'm like, here's a question. So how the fuck did you do that? Like, what did you do?
Yeah.
And the cool thing was she responded with, "Let me show you," and
Yeah.
that's all it took for this year. And when she taught me, and I haven't mastered it just yet because I'm still learning. When she showed me how to bring out the highlights and bring out the whites more than just using just black, what's up, little man? And I was blown away on how I was able to do that without even trying, and I never really understood that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when I saw it with my own eyes, I sat there and I took a step back, and I'm like, holy shit, it's right there in front of my face. And it just
Yeah,
blew me
it
away.
makes a world of difference when you can actually have artists that are willing to teach you and show you um, the really hands-on part of it. Because that was me for a very long time when I first started with airbrush. There weren't resources like there are today.
Right.
You couldn't just go on YouTube and look up, how to do hot makeup.
Hmm.
Um, that wasn't around, so it was very much getting thrown in
Yeah.
uh, to drown, basically, and that's what it felt like for years. And it probably wasn't until honestly, I would say honestly, maybe 5 or 6 years ago when I started making friends with other artists in the industry, and I finally got to sit down with some friends and people in the industry that are known as really good artists and just watch
Yeah.
and get asked questions and get to see it up close and just be like, oh, like
It's
now that I
it's
get to see this done,
it's so
it's
easy that it's
right.
hard.
Yeah.
I never realized that, because when she showed me how to, like, you put this down first, and then you cover it, and you blend in the lines with this color, and I'm like, nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious? This is crazy as shit. I was like blown away when she first showed me that, on how to, like, for instance, taking a dark and put the light down first and then blend it in by carving the light
Yeah.
out with the dark, and I'm like, you serious? No way. I don't know. I was just blown away, and I was so
I
impressed.
remember one of the biggest things for me was always like getting good texture, like skin textures. And I remember finally when that clicked, I was watching a really good friend of mine, Alejo
Yeah.
Castellati, who's from Maryland, but he was doing a full body piece and texturing. And I'm like, how do you get that? And he was like, literally, you do a bunch of squiggles and dots in different colors all over the body. And then when you go in and start doing your shading, it looks like it's supposed to be there.
Yeah, it's like the base.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
always thought the base was always just covering up with a bunch of paint and then
Right.
calling it a day, or hit it with a stencil. But the lady that is next to me, she showed me the scribbles. And I'm
Yeah.
like, but why? Like, why aren't you just covering it with the whole base? She said, trust me, Arthur, just scribble all over his body.
Yeah.
That's your base. And I'm like, no, it's not. It looks stupid. Like, I don't.
At
You
first.
do as you're told. Yeah, and I'm like, all right, whatever. So I did it, and then I started building that base with the scribbles, and like you said, add the little dots and stuff, and then you start shading in these areas. You're like, holy shit, it's
Yeah.
the background.
And then also that's a fantastic way to cover up tattoos and stuff,
Yeah, fuck, man, it's so crazy. So when did DreadWorks start taking place?
So
There's the
it's
question.
a very long, convoluted story.
Got you, bro.
I will give you the basic without getting too detailed. Okay, so around it was the season either it was either COVID season or the season right after COVID. Throughout being in the industry at that time for as long as I had been, I had obviously made a lot of friends regionally, a lot of friends all over the country, from going to trade shows and whatnot. And I got offered a full-time position to work for a new company that was buying up a bunch of different haunted houses. And they brought me on kind of as like the head of makeup and kind of like an executive person on the team. So me, along with a few other people, would start traveling around, renovating, upgrading, teaching classes to staff, to makeup artists, to all these haunted houses that they owned around the country.
Okay.
That's kind of how that all started. I took this job full time, and it kind of started out as a joke at first, but they were like, hey, we have so many haunted houses. We're spending so much money on makeup. We should just learn how to make our own.
Yeah.
And it, like I said, it started out as a joke. And then slowly it was like, hey, Mason, you're the head of makeup. Why don't you try to do this? And I'm like, what? Like, I'm not a cosmetic chemist. Like, I've never done any of this. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Right.
So, um, in about a year and a half's time, I spent like literally every day researching different brands, ingredients, what these ingredients do, how they work together, um, where to get them, which was also a challenge for some certain ingredients.
Right.
But yeah, over about a year and a half's time, um, I figured out a formula that actually worked where you could spray it on, you could rub it after you spray it. It didn't smudge. You could pour water on it. It didn't go anywhere. And I was like, holy shit. And it took a little refining after that,
Right.
obviously. But fast forward a little bit, we got the makeup brand up and running. This was under a different name, mind you, and a name that I'm not going to mention.
Understandable.
Yeah. But anyways, long story short, there were a lot of really bad things that happened when I worked for that company, and a lot of promises that were made that were never followed through on.
Been there, done that.
Um, and long story short, we did a show and come back from the show, and basically they told us, all of us guys on the executive team, that they were going to have to let us go because they couldn't afford payroll anymore. And it was really dirty. But at that point, I had never been made to sign any kind of a contract. I had never really given out the formula on exactly how you make it. And so when that happened and I kind of got screwed over along with some of the other people, I told my wife, I was like, I already know how to make this. I know where to get all the materials. I'm not legally bound to not do it.
Yeah.
So if we don't take a little bit of money out of our savings account and at least attempt to start our own brand or our own company, I feel like I would be an idiot. So that's what we did.
Damn.
Took a little bit of money out of our savings, announced that I was starting my own company, and I put the website up like the day after I announced it, and I didn't even have materials ordered yet. And the day I put the website up, I got like a $600 order right out of the gate. And I was like, oh shit, I guess it's time to order materials.
Yeah.
And basically, after people started finding out about DreadWorks and the story behind it, and it took off like a rocket ship. And it's something I never expected. Like if you would have told me 5 years ago that I was going to own my own company in the haunt industry, selling makeup to haunted houses all across the country, theme parks, theater groups, I would have told you you're crazy. But no, it just once people kind of found out who was behind it and the story behind it, everybody jumped on and supported it, and yeah, it took off like crazy, and it hasn't stopped since. So it's been a blessing, and I went through a couple of probably the hardest and most depressing years of my life working for that company, but I like to say it was a blessing in disguise because if I hadn't went through all that, DreadWorks wouldn't be a thing.
And I
So,
think that is a great way to look at it because,
right.
uh, you know, I always say this to a lot of people: you never fail, you fucking learn.
Absolutely.
And that is so cool because, you know, some people get lucky. Some people are able to just take a bite of that apple and just walk on that fucking road. But there's some people that bite into the wrong part of the apple
Mm-hmm.
and they get sick for a while and they're throwing up in a trash can and then you're just fucked for a bit. But there's always ways to make sure to get better, to keep walking. And you found a way. And that's so cool. And you were brave enough to say, you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm going to do whatever I want because I know what to do. I know how to do it. And you took
It took a lot. It took a lot. I mean, and I was scared for a little while, because I was like, I don't know if they're going to try to come after me with some bullshit.
Yeah.
And then there were words getting thrown around because I posted, if you look, I'll just say this, if you look for it, you'll find it on social media. You'll find the whole story, everything that happened. But I posted it all. And there were rumors getting thrown around that they were going to try to come after me for defamation. And I was like, go for it, motherfuckers. Like,
Yeah.
I've got all the receipts. Defamation is spreading false word about somebody that defames their character, and nothing I was telling was false. So,
So where did the name DreadWorks come from?
honestly, I was just sitting around trying to think of a name for a company, and it just came out of nowhere. I mean, it literally has no meaning behind it or anything. I just thought it sounded cool. So there's no like crazy story behind the name or
That's
anything.
how him
It's
and I
just
are. Like, we just like. I remember him and I were just shooting messages back and forth when we were discussing on how we are going to start the show. And again, this was like 6 years ago. And dude, we were throwing around the dumbest names. I couldn't tell you what they were, but we were like, dude, I don't fucking know. Because like we were like trying to like, him and I always wanted to try to do something with our clowns. So like we were a big thing about clowns. And we came up with some dumbass names. And then one of us just shot something and it just the dark carousel. I'm like, damn, dude,
it's cool.
That's cool.
Well, and then that's kind of where I was at because like I was looking at all the other makeup companies that are involved in the industry, and I was like, I don't want to have just some cliche name, Like I want to have something that you say the name and it's recognizable. And so yeah, I thought DreadWorks sounded cool. So
Yeah. And I think that's a really cool thing too, dude, because it's unique, it's you, and ain't nobody else gonna fucking take it. Nobody's gonna think of that.
well, actually, there's a haunted house in Canada called DreadWorks Haunted House.
Hey, but they can't say nothing. They're in Canada.
You're
We're in the
right.
United
Yeah,
States.
it doesn't matter.
Copyright this bitch.
I was at it was Transworld 2 years ago, and I was taking my whole team out to dinner, and we walked in this Mexican restaurant, and I see this guy wearing a black jacket, and on the back it says DreadWorks, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and so like we're all like, who the hell is this? And we start looking it up, and come to find out, it's a haunted house in Canada. And even crazier story, a year later, I get involved in this email chain from UPS that there's something stuck at customs, and like I don't know what the hell's going on. There's some kind of a shipment stuck at customs that's in Canada, and I'm like, I haven't ordered anything from Canada. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, UPS. And somehow UPS just, I guess, tried to find the haunted house and somehow got a hold of my website and my email and thought I was the haunted house. So I had to reach out to the haunted house in Canada and be like, "Hey, you guys got a shipment that's like here's the email chain.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what this is, but it's not for me."
And then while you're at it, change your name.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, we haven't really ran into a thing like that, but I just like I know there's like other podcasts out there that do stuff a little similar than what we do.
Yeah.
But we do stuff like a lot different because like
It's all about the format, I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah, and like this year alone has been such a huge year for us because all the other years was us just building.
Yeah.
And when we took a little break 2 years ago, and this year we finally just said, "Fuck it, we're sitting on gold. We got to do something about it." And we went for it, and we came back hard for no reason. Like I don't understand what we did differently, but we came hard, and all of a sudden, like we're getting reached out by people we've never spoke to before or even
Yeah.
seen before that are huge. And
Well, it's like, I saw, I learned about you guys through Brielle,
yeah,
you know, and I watched some of your stuff and I liked the format. And so that,
it's cool.
that's what it takes, man. It takes a good format and just getting yourself out there.
You know what's cool though? Right, right.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there it is, dude. And like that's what's crazy. I put that sticker on like a couple months ago, and then here I am. I'm like, wait a minute, I think I have his sticker.
Nice.
And I was like, oh fuck yeah, dude, I got 2 of his stickers. No,
Perfect.
I didn't realize that. Speaking of stickers, this one right there.
Yes.
Where, brother?
Sticker Bros.
Sticker Bros?
Yep.
No shit. The texture one?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do embossed stickers.
Okay. Dude, yeah.
Stickerbros.com.
No shit. Yeah, dude, that's probably the best sticker I have on here.
Where do you get that? Were we in Transworld?
Yeah, we were in Transworld. We
Yeah.
came to your booth.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Which is again crazy. But no, like I out of all the stickers, that one's my favorite because like I'm a sticker fucking fool.
Oh yeah.
And when I felt the texture of this, I was like,
Did you ever send the email of the address to her so she could send it to
yeah,
stickers?
yeah, Brielle sent me. I sent her my. I don't know if she's gonna send it, but
She said she's gonna send stickers.
yeah, I need some stickers.
So I'm not gonna let too much out of the bag. Obviously, Brielle was an artist for us last year at Transworld, but she will be back this year. So
cool.
Yeah,
She's
she gave us a kind of rundown of what she was gonna do, and kind of gave us a gist. Like
yeah, she's phenomenal, man. Like I've been seeing her stuff for years, and I don't remember if I reached out to her, if she reached out to me last year, but instantly I was like, hell yeah, like
It's just so
do it.
cool in such a small world, and like just the stickers alone. Like I didn't know I had a sticker of the Brighton Banshee from Brighton Asylum, and we interviewed her at the beginning of the year, and I'm like, hold the fucking phone, dude.
Yeah.
Like, where is this coming from? I don't know. This whole journey that we're on right now is like just a revolving door, and people just keep on coming in our lives, and it's just
Dude, it's crazy, and like I said, for so many years, I was stuck in Southern Indiana at the haunted house that I worked at for 12 years, and nobody knew who I was, nobody knew my name, and yeah, like ever since going through working for that other company and then starting this, like my whole life within the industry has just exploded, and I never saw it coming, but it's just crazy. It's a cool industry to get in,
Fuck
and
yeah,
when
it
you
is.
really start making friends and building relationships with people, the level that people will support you is insane.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I hold it so deeply because I can look back at us, 2 years ago where it was nothing. I mean, we had a
Right.
few people comment and stuff, but we made the mistake when we were on Facebook a lot going live. We would, buy promotions to buy followers in a way.
Yeah.
And yeah, we had 11,000 people on Facebook, but those 11,000 people were from fucking Madagascar.
Right.
So it's like, oh, okay, I guess we're famous in Madagascar.
Well, and that's the biggest problem. I feel, and unfortunately, I feel like that's what a lot of stuff is leaning to in this industry right now is the numbers. And with the rise of TikTok and all that stuff, it's like it's a big conversation to be had, but it's like the numbers don't mean shit. Like,
No.
and are your numbers on social media, are they selling tickets?
Yeah,
Like
they
really? Real, yeah, I mean, and that's really what it boils down to. I mean, I don't like to, I'm not a numbers guy when it comes to that. Like I don't give a shit if you've got 200 followers or if you've got 200,000 followers. Like I'm not going to treat you any differently because of the case,
Yeah.
unless you can, you know, show a reason
God
why you're
knows.
above, anyone else. Like,
Well, the bad
but
thing is
it's
like
a, it, yeah,
with the sponsorships, that's how they base sponsorships though. Like you have to
right,
go off views and how many followers you have. That's because that's honestly how you base your rates to get paid from these sponsors, because you
right,
have to show them your sponsor sheets, and then you have to give them rates per what they want and all this other stuff. And like I didn't know that. So this past year when we started back up, Woods of Terror reached out to us and like, hey, do you have a sponsor sheet? Because we'd like to sponsor you guys. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I was like, wait a minute. I didn't want to seem like a complete idiot. So I had to research what all this was. So
hmm
I researched it, and sure enough, it's based off all your social platforms and how many you followers you have per platform, all this crap. So I had to go through, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to give a rough number because what we're close to. So then I reached back out and then, went from there. So that's another thing too. It's hard to do is get
right,
sponsorships to do year round, because a lot of these sponsors, they only want to do like a few months during the haunt season.
right,
And that's what we
right.
ran into this year. We only had like a couple people that wanted to do it just for 2 months. And I was like, oh man, I'm trying to find somebody that wants to do a little bit more year round, because that
Right.
stuff helps out so much with
Oh
costs,
yeah.
to run this, because a lot of people don't realize this stuff ain't cheap to run.
Oh yeah. 100%,
Fuck
man.
no, dude. It's stressful as fuck.
So,
Yeah, it's a new thing, and it's kind of sad that's how the world's coming to, because our lives are revolved around a screen now,
Right.
unfortunately. But it is what it is, and it's part of the journey. Um, so when you discovered the formula, you put it out there. What was next for you?
Really, it was just building the brand to what I wanted it to be. I wanted to be a makeup company that was truly catering to the haunted house industry. Um, because yeah, there are some companies out there um that do I'm trying to word this the best that I can. There's some companies out there that are for haunters, by haunters, etc. But I really wanted to take everything that I had known throughout my years of doing makeup, all the problems that I run into, from I've tried almost every brand out there as far as airbrush makeup. There's pros and cons to every brand. So I really wanted to hone that in as far as what are the pros and cons of every brand to try to create the best brand that I possibly could, and to be a brand that people can literally just message me on Facebook and say, hey, I'm having an issue, or hey, I need makeup by this Friday. Is there any way you could possibly ship it out? Just to kind of be a company that people, I don't want to have that big corporate, scary, looming persona that people are afraid to talk to you, because
Yeah.
I feel like there's so many companies out there. There isn't like a singular person that you can really reach out to if you have an issue. So that was a big thing for me, was just trying to get in front of the people, and let them know like, hey, literally talk to me, tell me what you need, and I'll take care of it. And we just try to cater to what the industry, specifically the haunted house industry, wants and needs.
Yeah.
I've had people try to tell me like, if you change your branding up, you could probably start getting in like more movies and whatnot. And I'm like, I don't want that. Like, I'm not, I didn't create this brand to like get rich and famous or
Yeah.
anything. Because I mean, the odds of that happening anyways is slim to none. But I created it because I love it, and I've been doing the makeup for so many years, and I just feel like there's a need for a company out there that really can say that they're deeply ingrained in the haunted house industry and will take care of the makeup industry within the haunted house
Yeah.
industry as a whole.
Yeah, that's dude, I mean, that I think that right there is just a powerful message itself, because it's like, it's basically on how like we're doing this stuff. We do it because we love it.
Yeah.
We don't do it because we want huge numbers or publicity or anything. It comes as you perform, you know?
100%.
So it's like you don't expect it. You just do it because you love doing it. And why not show the world on the stuff that I love?
Oh yeah. And I mean that's what I mean really it's just me and my wife are basically the ones that do everything. And we kind of classify ourselves as, a mom and pop or a craft makeup company, I guess you could say, because it's just us,
Yeah.
and it's not like I don't have a team of people. I got a little shop in my backyard that was a shed that I converted into a shop and put flooring and wall panels and all the stainless steel tables. That's where I make everything. That's where I bottle everything, label everything. And, you know, that's what it really boils down to is just year over year providing the best customer service that I can and performing at the trade shows or whatever it might be, talking to people. And it's grown year over year
That's awesome.
because people enjoy the customer service and they like having a person that they can actually come to and talk to about the product. And some people during season have a little bit of a hard time not understanding that we're not Amazon. Like I get complete like this season was nuts. The orders did not stop until the last week of season. And people don't get that it's just me and my wife. So like my stock was pretty much depleted by the end of the season. So I was making orders as they came in. And it's like you would have people that would wait until the last minute and be like, "Hey, I need this by Friday." And I'm like, "Brother, you're ordering on Wednesday?" Like, and you're in California? Like,
I
I'll
don't have
do
a
the best I
private
can.
jet.
Exactly. And that's the problem with like Amazon and stuff though, man, is people are just so desensitized to that and they expect that they can get everything in 2 days. But
Like, dude, I
I
got
don't
2 hands.
exactly.
Let
I
me
don't
hop
let
in
it
my
stop.
time machine.
I don't let it stop me though. I try my best to explain it to people that, we're doing the absolute best that we can to get your stuff out and we're just a two-man team. So
Man, I can only imagine. So, like, whenever you did your first trade show, Transworld, for instance, you get
Mhm.
out there on the floor, you set up your booth, and it was green light. Where was your brain going?
Man, I really fucking hope that we can break even. That was where my mind was that whole weekend until the number finally come across the screen and then I was like big sigh of relief. Uh
Yeah.
that was the scariest thing, man, is people don't realize how expensive those shows are.
Mm-hmm.
And not even just the registration alone for a booth, but hotel,
Yep.
food, um drive, gas money, parking.
Yeah. Oh, I know that too.
It's our first show, I would say we were probably close to 4 grand into it for our
Mm.
first show, and that was like going into the show. It was our first year, and obviously I had to buy booth stuff. I didn't have any of that, so like our first year going into Transworld, we were literally going to the show with maybe like $1,000 in the bank account, like while we were at the show
Praying
to
to
like
God,
to
please
eat
buy
and
my stuff.
everything, and it's like it was scary, but then, that first show, I thought we did great for our first show. And then the next year we doubled our booth size and we doubled our booth size and we doubled what we did at our first year,
That's awesome.
which was absolutely insane. And now it's my wife was so scared at first because, we were spending the first 2 years of the company, we were spending so much money. But I'm like, look, you got to buy booth stuff. You got to buy all this stuff as a company that is like a one-time buy or maybe like a once in 5 years buy or something like that. So yeah, the first couple of years we spent a shitload of money.
Yeah.
And it was scary because it's like, is it really worth it? Are we really making money
That's a
doing
learning
this?
process.
Right. Because I mean, yeah, I'm doing it for the love of it, but if I'm losing money, that's a problem.
Yeah.
But we weren't losing money, but it was scary at first. But yeah, now we're at the point where we have a really nice booth set up that I'm not going to have to change for a few years or something like that. So it's getting to a point now where, I always heard people say like you don't really start to see where your company's at until like the first 5 years.
Mm.
So we're kind of starting to get into that age of the business now where we're not having to spend as much money. Um, and it's just basically buying material and stuff that we need to keep the business going. So, but yeah, that my first year, man, it was scary because it was like nobody's ever heard of us. Um, Hopefully people will give us a shot.
Yeah. See, we're not even setting up a booth, and yet already for 26, I'm already $2,000 into Transworld.
Oh yeah.
It's nuts, between hotel, like you said, hotel and parking alone.
Yeah.
Because which
And
I thought was stupid is
I park in the really I park in the 24-hour security parking lot because I'm
Mm.
paranoid,
yeah.
and that's like over $300 for the weekend.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like even like the hotel
Yeah.
charges you something stupid a night, crazy to park.
Yep.
It's like, dude, I'm already paying for your hotel. You mean to tell me that ain't included? Nope.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a gambit, that's for sure.
I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I fucking hate St. Louis.
Dude, man, I've been saying it that I have witnessed so much sketchy shit in that town over the years where it's like I just wish
Spider-Man must be from St. Louis because
like
have you seen that on the skyscrapers? 30 floors up, people are painting graffiti on the side of these buildings.
yeah,
How do you
yeah.
get up there? Remember that one graffiti on the garage that was spun? Wonka.
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 You know what I've been saying though, honestly, for years, and it's gonna sound biased because I'm from Indiana, but dude, if they would bring Transworld to Indianapolis, I think it would do amazing.
Yeah.
Because Indianapolis over the past few years has literally turned their downtown into a convention town.
Yeah.
It's built for conventions. They have the largest firefighting convention in the country in Indy every year, and it would be fantastic. But
If anything, just bring it back home to Ohio, where the
or
haunt
that,
capital
yeah.
is.
I would love to see MHC come back to Ohio. Those were the good old days.
Oh, Columbus, man, that was.
They screwed that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's.
All because of dates. Because they couldn't get the dates together.
Right.
Well, no, one week you can do it this time, but not this time. Dude, you're losing money. But whatever.
So be it.
Whatever you want to do.
Yep.
We just work here.
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
Just-
Right.
So,
Just a haunter. My fault.
Yep.
Now, with this industry growing every single year, how do you continue to pace yourself with with the industry that just never stops?
That's a good question. Where we're at now, I still have a full-time job, and the business is in a place right now that I'm really comfortable with because I can still balance it between my full-time job and going out in the shop during the busy seasons. We get busy a couple times a year. And then other than that, it's just, you know, small orders here and there throughout the year, so it's not that bad. But I don't know, it's definitely a balancing act because I'm trying to keep it in a spot where I don't necessarily have to do it full time because I don't know if I want to do it full time. I like still being able to have a full-time job and the security of not having to worry about if my business is going to be able to make ends meet or something. But
Yeah.
I like where it's at right now. And as far as growing, I mean, we're continuously trying to add new colors and whatnot. We just added a new line of alcohol blood last year. So just trying to stay innovative and bringing new products and colors out as much as, every year as much as possible.
That's cool. Now, what is like one of the most meaningful compliments you've ever had for your product?
Um, I would say, I guess what it would be whenever I can hear from people that, you know, I'll have haunts that come over and say, "Hey, we switched our entire makeup room over to DreadWorks last year because our actors and our makeup artists just love it so much." And just hearing that lets me know that I'm doing it right because if I can be this small guy and compete with the big guys on that level to where I can get a haunted house to switch their whole makeup room over, I feel like I'm doing good at my job.
That's
So
awesome. So do you currently work at a haunted house at all? At all?
no, like I said, Fear Fair was in my hometown. It's a sad story. It got shut down, but honestly, man, I just don't even have time. Like during the season, it's so crazy. Um, but I like to go and visit friends and whatnot when I get the chance, um, at their haunts and whatnot.
You ever just want to just put the mask back on just for a night?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Have you done it lately?
Not this year. I did last year, but I didn't get a chance to this year.
Yeah, it was a wild year. And I think this year was a fun little year. Learn new things and
Hey,
stuff.
I hate to do this, and I know we're kind of live, but I will be right back. I'm
No,
so
go
sorry.
ahead.
Yep.
Just
Go
one
right ahead.
second.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's just wild to think that in general to start something like that is I don't know if I can take that leap. I mean, I think I could, but if my processes were done correctly,
Oh, I'll tell you a leap. If I could find enough sponsors to just that would pay the bills, I'd be done working.
yeah,
I could do this if again, depending on how much people demanded the show, for example.
Yeah.
So if we needed it at shows at least twice a week or whatever people needed to do, I could do it. Now, granted, do I want to do this 5 times a week? No. I mean, I like to have a little bit of time, but just doing the show in general, I enjoy doing it. But at the same time, it'd be even more enjoyable to have sponsors that would also promote us to go out on the road.
yeah, that would kind of like benefit us.
Yeah, and I would love to go do the big things, and even if I have to dress up, I don't care. I'll throw this stuff on to go act crazy for a little bit for people. I mean, whatever.
So if a sponsor came up to you and was like, "Hey, man,
Listen, sweets,
we'll give you something, but you have to wear just a G-string,"
I don't know about that shit.
brother, listen, they were offering you tons and tons of money.
There ain't enough money.
There ain't enough money.
Sorry about that, fellas.
No, you're good.
Listen, because I was asking him a question. I'm gonna ask you a question. So if like a sponsor came up to you, a new sponsor gave you, we'll give you like $10,000 a month,
Uh-huh.
but the only thing you have to do is wear a G-string, just a G-string, for that whole month. Would you do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, 100%. Dude, I don't give a fuck what kind of color it is. Give me
No.
the most skimpiest one on 10,000. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of fucking.
I mean,
money.
yeah, for 10 grand, yeah, I'll do it.
Jesus.
You guys know somebody or?
I know. That's what we were just talking about. It's like, what would you do? It's like, dude, I would do anything for enough sponsors to where I didn't have to do my day job anymore. I would love to do this, but also I want it to
Yeah.
where it would benefit us to where we'd be able to still travel and still do the conventions and still represent Dark Carousel, but also help our sponsors out in any way we could, of course.
For sure.
We're working with Frankenfield on some stuff, and we're still got some
Yeah.
stuff. Even when we go to Transworld this coming year, we're supposed to sit down and talk with him, and hopefully we can get some stuff together for earlier in the summer.
Yeah, Mike's
'Cause-
a good dude.
Yeah, we're trying to get some stuff worked out to help him out, promote his stuff. So we're still in the works with that. So we'll see where that goes. But again, we're definitely looking forward to just more sponsors and see what we can go with it.
Yeah,
so
dude.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, maybe we'll have to talk at some point as well,
Yeah, dude.
because we're always down for whoever. I mean, whoever wants to
Yeah.
do it, let's do it.
Yeah, I talking about Frankenfuel, so I actually started talking with Mike early this year and convinced him that he needed to take Frankenfuel to MHC. And so
Yeah.
that's kind of how that whole thing happened is
So you're
they,
the guy that created the monster.
I don't want to take full
Convincing.
yeah, but no, I was like, Mike, dude, because like we started talking and he's a super good dude. We got a lot in common. And I was like, dude, if you really want to get this stuff in the haunted industry, you got to start coming to the trade shows.
Yep.
So I talked him to MHC, and initially our booths were supposed to be right next to each other, but it didn't work out. But no, they had a killer show at MHC, and his whole brand has just exploded since then. So I'm super happy for him.
Yeah, dude. He's
And
Well,
we
it's the same-
we
it's the same
we
with the
talk on the
concerts.
phone like a couple times a month. So
Yeah, we've been working with him trying to get him to go out and do the big festivals and stuff.
yeah,
And it's like he loves the idea. And it's just like he was telling us though when he does just the regular shows though alone, he's like running out very quickly
Right.
of stock.
Man, if he goes to like Incarceration,
I
or
know,
like
and
Sonic Temple, it's like, ugh.
I told him, I said, dude, if you want to do this, we're down to help you. It's like we'll come out, help you. We'll dress up. We'll dress up. We'll put the characters on, and we'll go out and throw cans at people.
We'll get that G-string for you, dude.
We'll do something. So again, we're in the talks of things, and we're trying to get everything worked out because again, we're down for all that, and it would be fun, and to hang out and just have fun, and is the biggest thing for us on that. But
Oh
I
yeah.
just can't wait for Transworld because we built connections with so many people.
yeah, so many people.
Yeah.
And just
And like I love it too, and this is the other part that kind of one of my favorite things about running a company within the industry is like my wife, she's never really been interested in like working in the haunted house or anything like that. And just now that we're on this company together, like I'm getting to take her to Transworld and MHC and introduce her to all my friends, and like she's seeing this whole side um, of my life that she's never got to see before. So it's cool, like can introduce her, and then like when we go to Transworld, my sister and her boyfriend, they come out and help us out, so it's kind of a family affair.
Yeah.
But it's just cool getting like to introduce my family and stuff to this side of my life that none of them have really ever been involved in. So
it's a life that I want to bring everybody a part of.
I think, yeah, I mean, I think everyone should at least try to work in a haunted house once in their life.
Yeah.
It's a game changer, and it brings so much life to people. When we right before the gray season starts, dude, it's I don't know how to explain it. It's just like a really magical thing that could happen by bringing fear to people, or for your instance, creating fear.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when the makeup's all washed, business is slowing down for the season, who are you then?
Well, I'm a man of many hobbies. Currently, I am musician man.
I saw that. You play the bass.
Yeah.
Pretty dope.
I play in a couple bands, and one of my bands last weekend we had a 10-year anniversary show, and that was a pretty big ordeal. And then the other band that I play with, we're actually hitting the studio next weekend to record for the first time. So yeah, man, I feel like having stuff to look forward to is what keeps people alive.
Yep. Yeah, it really does.
And if you have a life where you're not, you don't, you're just going to work every day, watching TV at night, and just sitting around, that's what kills people, man. So it's like, if I can keep busy and have hobbies, I feel like that's the best way to live.
Yeah,
and I've got a wife and kid too, so that's
exactly.
obviously that takes a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a balancing act. It's a constant balancing act.
Oh, dude, tell me about it. I know my kid. I got a 12-year-old that is 100% bad.
I got a 7-year-old, and he's a wrestler, so that takes up our weekends. Usually is traveling around to wrestling meets, which I absolutely love it though. So
Yeah, I'm trying to convince my kid to do something instead of yell at me and get into like different hobbies. But right now it's a battle. I just got full custody of him back in August, basically, and the work that I have to do. It's basically building my own business, but with my son.
right.
Now, 2 more questions, and they're important. What legacy would you want to leave behind when all said is done and you're done putting the brush down and you're just ready to move on?
I just want to be known as someone that cared super deeply about the industry and the people in it, and somebody that anybody could come to and talk to and ask questions, or just make a friend with. I care about the industry a whole lot, and I want nothing more than it to be better and better every year that it goes on. But yeah, I just want to be known as somebody that people could look at and say, he was definitely a guy that you could talk to you about anything, and if you had a problem, you could say it to his face, and we could work it out. But yeah, I think that's the most important thing for me is just being known as somebody that deeply cared and tried to do everything that I could for the better of the industry. Um, yeah,
Fuck yeah. Yeah, that's I don't think we've gotten that answer yet. That one kind of hit the heart a little bit because it's the truth, man. Somebody needs that ear.
You gonna make him cry?
Don't make me
well,
cry.
and it's like, we donate a lot every year too. I've got some charity haunts that we donate to, give them a little bit of makeup every year, and well, for the past 2 years, and now they're actually buying from us, so
Awesome.
turn them into a customer. But it's stuff like that that maybe some of the bigger companies aren't willing to do. You
Yep.
know, we donate every year to Hunters Against Hate, um, for their big banquet that they do at the end of the year. We donate at MHC to them. We donate at Transworld to them. The Let's Scare Cancer. I mean, there's probably 5 or 6 booths every year at Transworld that I'm taking kits to
Mm.
for raffles. And it's like I just do it because we're a small company and it doesn't hurt to throw a little $100 package into a raffle somewhere to help get our name out there.
Yeah.
But then that also I feel like shows people that like that's what we're about. Like we are in this industry. I've been in this industry, going on 20 years almost. I care about it. I care about the people that are in it. I care about the makeup artists. And if there's anything I can do in this industry to advance a single person, whether they're a makeup artist or an actor or, someone that's just getting into the industry, if there's something I could do to advance that single person, then I feel like that's, I'm doing my job. Because I feel like there's so much that goes on in this industry of people looking down on others, maybe because they're not a good enough artist or they're not a good enough actor, or ooh, you work at that haunted house. And what people don't realize is when you're saying stuff like that to people, it's not helping the industry. It's dragging the industry down more and more.
Mhm.
So that's the biggest thing for me is just building people up, building the industry up, because the more people can learn stuff and learn how to do it right and safely, the more our industry is going to advance and just get better and better.
And that's why we are called Dark Carousel Podcast, my guy. I love that. But
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's like when there's a guy, I always reference this guy so much. It's Fred Hearn from a haunt called Hell's Dungeon here in Dayton, Ohio. He has his haunt is not in the greatest neighborhoods whatsoever. But what he does for these kids by getting them off the street and making them focus on haunting other than selling drugs or getting in fights or robbing people or something. He's
Yep.
given them the knowledge of a haunter
That's what it's about.
as what it's about. But one of the questions I love asking, it's really important to me, really important to Steve, and really important to Dark Carousel Podcast is what does haunting mean to you?
Um, it kind of goes hand in hand with what we just talked about. It's an outlet, man. Like it's art. It allows you to, it's one of the very few accessible things that us everyday people have where you get to go become a different person or a different thing for, you know, 40 days out of the year, or not 40, for, a few weekends out of the year, you could become something different and build something different. But the biggest thing for me is exactly what you were just talking about. Where I live, Fear Fair, the haunt that I worked at for so long, we live in a small town. There's not a lot to do. And just giving the kids that feel like there's not a place for them, an outlet to come and get to that camaraderie and build their own sense of a family and build friends. That's what it's about to me. Like it's about building a relationship with this big group of people that you only see for a few weekends out of the year and creating something awesome.
Yep.
And that's what it's all about. It doesn't have to be about being the best makeup artist or being the best actor or who can build the biggest and greatest haunted house. If you can get a group of people together and call it a family and be happy and enjoy your time around those people while entertaining other people that come to your haunted house, that's what it's about, man. It's about the art and just the culture is the biggest thing for me. Building a good culture at your haunted house to where it's inviting for those kids that feel like there's nowhere else to go.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's human interaction.
Yeah.
We didn't have that in 2020.
No.
But haunt season of 2020, when we were able to get that human interaction, it was
awesome.
It was explosive.
It was one of the best seasons ever.
Yeah, I have not. I will say it until the day I die. It was the best. 4th of July. I remember sitting in his pool, and his neighborhood sometimes lights off fireworks, but that year was like fucking numb. I mean,
yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
it was wild.
We're in the pool. We're dodging fireworks.
Dude, it was crazy.
Well, and that's the thing, man, is it's like, say what you will about the COVID thing, but I feel like we almost needed something like that as a not even as a country, but just the world in general.
It's like a hard reset.
Yeah, because I feel like so many people take advantage of just the everyday interactions that you have, and people don't realize how important it is to
It's so important.
be face to face and build relationships with people,
Yeah, like yeah, dude, that was such a fun year as a hunter. I was able to exploit myself. I was able to just go out there and just act a fool and
Yeah.
build connections with him more and build something just absolutely fucking crazy. And a lot of people didn't really understand that until like years after it happened. And I'm like,
Right.
that was a fun fucking year. That was
Oh,
a
yeah,
great
it
fucking
was.
year.
Looking back on it, it was an absolute blast.
Yeah, it was quiet. I could drive on the road without yelling at anybody because there was nobody on the road. It was nice. Like, I hate the holidays not because of the holiday, but people just don't know how to drive during the holidays.
Oh yeah.
I fucking hate it. Well, I'm trying to think. Do you have any questions for him? I don't think I have any questions for him. There's probably gonna be some, but we always ask you down the road. Do you have any
absolutely.
questions for us?
I don't think so, man. I really appreciate you guys having me on, and it was
man.
great talking to you, and definitely make sure you stop by and see me at Transworld. Maybe we can get some drinks or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's going to happen 100%. And man, dude, I wish you the best of luck with your company, and I hope
Hey, you guys
nothing-
as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I wish you literally the happiest Thanksgiving so you get to spend time with your
Yes.
family and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yes. Get the nice 4-day weekend right now.
I got to work.
I got 4 days.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Well, I just got to work Thursday and Friday, but that's double time and a half,
I
brother.
gotta work Saturday.
Oh,
too.
there you go.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
After this,
You don't come back
I'm
till
gonna-
Sunday. That's why I wanted you to come over after work Saturday, because you got to work Saturday till 3.
Oh,
I saw his schedule at work. Yeah, he don't come back till Sunday.
I have to work Saturday?
Yes,
oh.
he's off till Sunday. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna after we get off here, I'm gonna go to my parents' house and drink.
Well, you enjoy that. Have fun. I am gonna go burn my job down.
Yeah.
I didn't even look at the schedule. Fuck. All right. Other than that,
Godspeed.
man. Yeah, man. But yeah, have a happy Thanksgiving, and
Hey, you guys as well.
just stay spooky. And if you ever want to just chit chat, dude, we're on Instagram or you have me on
Absolutely.
Facebook. And other than that, man,
For
have
sure.
fun, man.
All right.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys.
Hey, you're
See ya.
welcome. Thank you. I gotta work on Saturday.
Yes, sir.
What the fuck?
I told you that before.
No,
Yeah.
it said just yesterday.
No. Look at it again when you go in tomorrow. Look at it.
They have me till Saturday.
He don't come back till Sunday.
Yeah, but they had Jesus in them. Oh my God. I'm gonna punch a baby. Hey, dude, that's actually 8 hours on my overtime. I don't give a fuck. Give me that money. Other than that, guys, that was Mason Lauster. Lauster? How do you say it?
Lauster?
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 That was DreadWorks FX, guys. Guys, if you really want to go and find some home-bodied mom and pops, an amazing fucking guy that has a huge story about what he's trying to improve, and not really prove, but just there's just not a lot of companies out there that are not afraid.
You said not a lot of.
Stop it.
Well, I'm just telling you what you said.
There's not a lot of companies out there that will tell you flat out, I do it because I love it. Tell me who. Tell me who, brother.
You ain't got to lie to you because the hood's going to love it.
I don't even know what that's from.
TikTok.
Well, guys, if you guys want to go check them out, go to DreadWorks on Instagram and DreadWorks FX. Go follow them. Go look at their amazing product. And their little link is up there, DreadWorksFX.com. And go look at the product. Go buy their product. Go buy his stuff. Because guess what? The colors look great. I'm like really impressed on everything. And I can't wait to meet this guy when we go to Transworld and really just sit down. I can't wait to meet all you guys. Oh, God, I cannot fucking wait. It's going to be so great. Man, now I'm all discombobulated because I am going to have to work on Saturday.
I told you the
Dude,
other
that
day.
pisses me off. Oh, man. But other than that, guys, big old shout out to DreadWorks. Thank you so much, man, for giving us the opportunity of speaking with you and reaching out to us because, dude, it was an honor, dude. And we need more people like you in this industry. So keep up the hard work and never stop being spooky.
We need to get our hands on some of that paint, man.
I know.
I'm going to try it.
I do too. Did you see the colors?
I think I've seen some of that.
I mean, their colors itself, man. They're fucking.
Ooh, I like the spray bottle.
I know. I mean, I like that green and that orange right there.
I like that purple.
I know the purple's nice. That little.
So
bronze.
is that a kit?
That's the kit. That's the
So,
starter kit. That's
yeah.
not bad though.
Yeah. And the bottles are good size.
I know. Great fucking size. I mean, you say 8 ounce, 4 ounce, 2 ounces, but
Yeah, so-
still, that's. I'm
Going to the wrong website.
really impressed with that stuff.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, one of these days we'll definitely grab stuff. But dude, look at that shit. Look at that. That's some badass colors.
That's crazy. That's great.
But yeah, go check them out. DreadWorks FX.com. And go to Instagram and type in DreadWorks FX and go shoot him a follow. And just check out his product, please, God. Give him all the fucking work you can. Other than that, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, guys. So if you guys are watching
Merry
this on,
Thanksgiving.
if you guys are watching this on Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. And then I hope you guys eat as much turkey as you can and get some rest because it is coming quick. Other than that, Mr. Sweets, do you have anything?
Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble. And Arthur? Nope. Other than that, guys, we are the Dark Carousel Podcast. And this is Frankenfuel. Go to frankenfuel.com/DCP to get 15% off your next purchase. Thank you, Mike. Other than that, guys, we are the Dark Carousel Podcast.
And
this
good night.
carousel will never stop spinning. Deuces.
This ride on the Dark Carousel may be over, but the horrors are far from done. The next nightmare is just around the corner. Stay tuned for the next episode of the Dark Carousel.